Good morning to all of you. Today is the second day of our presentation, semester 4, in which I am going to deal with my presentation topics women, victimizations in Buchi MHS, the joys of motherhood. So, my topic is the uh, Buchi MHS, the joys of motherhood, in which she portrays that how gender, culture, culture traditions, socio-economic traditions and societal acceptance create a complex web of victimizations and subjugations. This is my academic information. Here is the table of contents in which I am going to deal with my whole presentation. About author. Buchi MHS full name Florence Onyebuchi. She is novelist, was born in Yaba near Lagos in Nigeria on 21st July 1944 to Igbo Christian parents. Uh, Her first novel in the Ditch published in 1972 and her internationally best known work The Joys of Motherhood published in 1979. About the novel, Buchi Chetta has written a novel that is engrossing, if not a technical masterpiece. Because of her attention to detail, the reader is able to feel the rhythm and nuances of life in both the Igbo village and in that teeming metropolis Lagos. The author's best work is her presentations, New Igbo, frustrations and apprehensions. The setting is Nigeria prior to, during, and after World War II, but there is much here with which any woman can identify, particularly if she is or has met Nuigo in her effort to fulfill traditional acceptance during times of rapid social change, finds herself not only struggling for physical survival, but also struggling to understand why her life is so difficult. So, the novel of Buchi Mchetas, The Joys of Motherhood, it brought her widespread critical acclaim and established her as a significant voice in African literature, and it is the semi-autobiographical novel which follows the life of New Ego, who is the protagonist of the novel. And she is a Nigerian woman who sacrificed everything in pursuit of the societal expectations placed on motherhood, only to face disappointment and oppression. So, women's victimizations in the joys of motherhood. So, Buchi M. Chetta's novel, The Joys of Motherhood, the characters of New Ego serves as the primary representations of women victimization in African societies. New Ego's life, New Ego's life is New Ego's life is depicted in the novel is the subjugations through the patriarchal traditions and gender roles. And Buchi Chattas illustrates the devastating impact of polygamy on New Ego's life as her husband Nate takes a second younger wife. The subject of women victimizations and oppression has been of a considerable concern for many female writers throughout ages. Generally, women are considered as weaker and less powerful than men in every society around the globe. Women see themselves as the subject of malpractice and subjugations. This culture of subjugating women is worldwide. It passes on from one generation to another in a multinational and multi-ethnic society. While woman is oppressed by white men, a black woman is oppressed at two levels. She is oppressed because she is black, and she is also oppressed by black men because she is a woman. So, in colonial societies, the dilemma of women is even greater as they have to undergo the different changes brought by colonialism. Colonialism had brought out a new culture with it. This culture has had a devastating impact on the life of the colonized lands in general and on women in particular. Many countries in Africa were under European colonizations, and Nigeria was one of them. So, Nuigo's predicament features of victimizations in Ibuza. Uh, in Ibuza, Nuigo is an object of subjugation. She is to live according to the standards expected of her. Through Nuigo's journey, Mcheta wants to show the influence of the traditionalism and how it is responsible for the situations of the Igbo women in general. According to the values in Ibuza, a child is a part of a woman's identity and the only symbol of success and fulfillment for women. A woman without a child for her husband was a failed woman. So, by the way, here is the culture dictates that man is to give food and children to a woman, and a woman is to cook, bear children, and look after them. So that is to say, the having children in Ibuza is the primary source of a woman's self-esteem. So, Nuigo is the daughter of the great chief Akbari. She is brought up as the princess according to the values of Ibuza to be a successful wife and mother. Nuigo is rejected by both her father as well as her community because of her childishness. Nuigo finds herself in a pitiable situation. She has to undergo a drastic change from a powerful daughter of a powerful man to a helpless wife. Nuigo lacks the natural confidence to defy the society because she fails to be a true woman. So, victimizations in Ibuza is that of polygamy, which represents another means for men to control women. In Ibuza, the system dictates that if a wife fails to be a mother, the husband is allowed to have another wife and take back the bride price he has paid. Amato, who Nuigo's first husband, practices some violence on Nuigo because of her failure to bear a child. He beats her mercilessly. He says to her, let her go. She is barren as a desert. Victimizations by the bed work conditions for women in Lagos. In Ibuza, where women work side by side with their husbands and other women, the system in Lagos makes it difficult for them to share their men and any kind of work. Nuigo resorts to the business of petty trading out of the increasing demands of her children. Her need for money keeps her in the strait. So this prevents her from having a sound relationship with other women in her community. Nuigo resorts the business of petty trading out of increasing demands of her children. Her need for money keeps her in the street. Of course, such kind of work never provides any emotional support either between working women or between women and men. So as the Derrickson points out that the economic structure of male-controlled economy and Nuigo's own attempt to play according to the rules of her newly westernized setting enslave her in a role in which she is prevented from forming useful relationship with the women around her. So here, Nuigo's the first husband, Amatobu, he sends her back to her father's Akbari, and he gets married to another wife who is able to conceive. Nuigo sacrifices her health and selfhood in the pursuit of faith traditions encapsulated in the idea of motherhood. She is an object on which society has heaps in unfair practices and demands. Polygamy is a feature of women victimization. So first, what is polygamy? Polygamy is the practice of having several wives, and polygamy is the practice of having more than one husband at one time. Polygamy takes many forms across the globe. In some cultures, one wife is shared by many brothers. In others, the father and son have a common wife. In others, a man has many wives. Polygamy is practiced all over African communities. So the issue for polygamy is issue in a woman victimization. The joys of motherhood portrays the African woman issues and their situations within a patriarchal and male-dominated society. It depicts the life of Nigerian woman who sacrificed all her life for her children. She thinks that bearing children is the highest achievement in life. In African society at that time, women also their highest achievement is like bearing children. Buchi Mcheta seeks to expose the gender inequality and the polygamy system of oppression that regulate women to childbearing and motherhood. So, in this novel, polygamy and gender inequality are traditional factors that men use to oppress and dominate women. The novel is a powerful example on polygamy and all kind of oppressions. Most of female character in the novel tries to follow the traditional beliefs, but most of them fail. Buchi M. Chetas argues that polygamy is not a pressure drive, especially when the husband is unable to support other additional wives. In the joys of motherhood, the protagonist Nuigo is the representative of all subjected African women, and polygamy is better illustrated with Nuigo's who had married twice to polygamous men. In her first marriage, her husband took a second wife because he could not produce children. In polygamy is a feature of women's victimizations. So polygamy is another feature of women victimizations both in Ibusa as well as in Lagos. In the traditional Igbo society, polygamy gives some extra power to the status of women as it follows them to cope with the burden they have to save their husbands. In Ibusa, New Ego has had to be a co-wife because of her inability to bear children in her first marriage. According to tradition in Ibusa, he has to marry the widow of his dead brother. Now, Nuigo is the senior wife of Neb. In Ibusa, senior wife has certain privileges that are denied in Lagos. Adagu, next the second wife comes to life with Nuigo. Nuigo is not only about being a senior wife in Lagos. She is not apply with this new status as it requires her to play off the responsible senior wife without offering her the same benefits that once accomplished that role under the tribal system. As Derrickson remarks, the new ego is left without the rewards that a senior wife in Ibusa has. Her predicament as a woman is exacerbated by the fact that the capitalist system she now lives under requires her to play the role of a senior wife without offering privileges. Resisting gender-based violence in Buchi Mcheta's novels, male violence emerges as a recurring theme, illuminating the harsh realities confronted by women within patriarchal societies. Buchi Mcheta sets the light on the harsh reality of male violence against women in African societies. Mcheta shows that this male violence stems from deep-rooted patriarchal norms and unequal power dynamics between men, power dynamics between men and women. The concept of male violence in Africa refers to the pervasive issue of violence perpetrated by men against women in various forms within African societies. This type of violence includes physical, sexual, and emotional abuse, as well as harmful traditional practices such as female genital mutilation and child marriage. Male violence in Africa often stems from deeply ingrained patriarchal norms and unequal power dynamics between men and women. African societies place significant value on both fertility and the birth of male children. This perspective is deeply rooted in cultural and traditional beliefs and can be seen in various aspects of social life. Fertility is highly regarded because it ensures the continuation of a family lineage and community. So, conclusion. Buchi Cheta's, in her novel The Joys of Motherhood, provides a powerful portrayal of victimization and oppression faced by women in African societies through the experiences of the protagonist Nuigo. The author sheds light on the devastating effects of patriarchal traditions, gender roles, and polygamy on women's lives. The novel serves as a poignant commentary on a systematic subjugation of women, highlighting the need for greater gender equality and the eradication of harmful cultural practices. Mcheta's work reminds us that the struggle against gender-based violence and the empowerment of women is an ongoing journey that requires collective efforts to dismantle deep-rooted societal norms and beliefs. This is the reference. If you have any questions, then ask.
Anjali, my question is, are women are portrayed as an object with special reference of no ego in Buchi Mcheta's The Joys of Motherhood?
Uh, Buchi Mcheta's The Joys of Motherhood, in the woman, the protagonist New Ego is portrayed as an object with special reference in the novel, and some of the uh, some are some are object like authenticity. Yes, new ego is is an object with special reference in new ego is in African society that in African male wants that uh, the- new ego is bear produced son rather than a girl.
Anjali, how does the author criticize polygamy when it's used to oppress women rather than being a genuine choice for all involved?
The author criticizes the practice of polygamy when it is used to oppress the woman, oppress the woman as a subjugated woman, rather than being a genuine choice for all involved. Uh, and Emicheta challenges the traditional justifications and cultural acceptance of polygamy, particularly when it is used as a tool for oppression rather than being a genuine choice for a more nuanced enhancing the nuanced understanding of a genuine constant economic stability and respect for women's